What's up, Hoochies? I know, it's been forever. We are back again for another round of season two, episode one of Lace Convos with Ju. And of course, it's me, Ju. I know it's been forever since you guys last saw me. I'll probably even look different a little bit. But we are here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this new round of adventure. Child, I got stories for days, as usual. The stories just get better and better in season two. Okay, let me just let you know right now. Let me give you fair warning now. Um, yeah, it gets real crunk, and we're gonna get into that on episode one. That's how wild the stories is. We're hitting the ground running on episode one. But you already know I gotta do my little spiel. I miss y'all real bad, real bad. Um, but if you don't know, I'm Ju. As I said, I am the head hoochie in charge. Okay. This is Lace Convos with Ju, and we are in episode. I'm sorry, we are in season two, episode one. I am so excited to be here. Before you guys and you watching me or listening to me and seeing that I made it over that hump, child. So, if you are new around here or you don't quite remember from the season one or the last time you heard me, once again, I'm Ju, head hoochie in charge, and this is Lace Convos with Ju. I'm your new BFF if you are new around here, but if you've been old and been here before, you already know how we get down. I'm your BFF for life, and it's time to get some semi good advice from Ju. No, but welcome. I know it's been a minute. But you know how we do. We keep it transparent, we keep it sexy, we keep it hilarious, we keep it spicy, and most of all, we keep it in full vivid color of us just living our best lives unapologetically here in this safe space called Lace Combos with Ju. Um, One thing I can say since season one and season two, it has totally evolved from a me thing and an I thing to a we thing. This is a community. And I am so excited about that from the amount of people that have followed, supported, sent text messages, calls, emails, DMs, just the social media support, my friends, my family, everybody asking like, where's you? Where's Lace Convos? When is it coming back? And finally, we are back. But no, I totally appreciate all of that. It means the world to me because I just wanted to create a community that I knew would be a safe space for any person as we live our lives and learn and grow and evolve. So my main mission was and will always be to create a safe and bold space to relate, release, and evolve while keeping it lace. And if you're asking, what does that mean? What does keeping it lace mean? If you know anything about fabric or material, you know that lace material is transparent. It's see-through. And that's exactly what this experience is, what this platform means. That's what I am doing. Like I said before, this started off as a me thing, and it will always be a me thing. This is my public diary that I get to share, and it's always been bigger than me. Always has and always will be. I know that God has a gift inside of me, and He has this gift wrapped up in, some days it's pretty packaging and some days it's raggedy as hell. But I know that He's using my gift to, basically shine my light on people that may not know Him or may not be as strong in their faith or strong in their walk or have questions just like I do or can relate to some of the things that I've gone through. So I know that there is freedom and breakthrough in everything that I have gone through and that I will go through in the near future. And I don't mind being transparent about it. I don't mind, giving the people not only the before, but also the after and the in between. And a lot of times we miss that. We miss that mark, you know. A lot of times people just show us like, oh, look at what I was before, look at the goalpost after, but we miss the hurdles that you have to go through during the middle, you know. Let me not preach right now. let's not preach just yet. We only on episode 1, but if you want to pass off and play, I can definitely send you my cash out. But no, I'm just playing. I miss you guys so much. And for all of the new people here, whether you found me on social media through Reels, whether you found me through somebody referring you or, you know, sharing the link with you, you heard about it, you just happen to come across it, whatever the case is, I appreciate you just for taking the time to hear me out. I'm no professional. I'm no celebrity. I'm not an influencer. I just want to make an impact. I want to be an impactor. I want to change the world. Hell, one word at a time, one episode at a time, one person at a time. I want to create the world that I wish we lived in. Yeah, I think. I'm probably going to listen to this back and be like, what in the hell are you talking about? But a little bit about me, if you're new, I'm just a regular woman out here. But I wouldn't even say that. I used it in season 1 before. I'm an Amazon of a woman. And that's figuratively and of course, literally. I'm quite tall. But I am a woman of many different layers and interests. I am God-fearing. But don't push me now. Keep it cute or put it on mute. Don't try me. Don't try me in the comments. Don't try me in the DM. And definitely don't try me in person. Okay? All right. But I'm an everyday woman with extraordinary ambitions and goals. I am the nurturer. I am the big sister, the big cousin. I am the big auntie. I am the auntie status now. I am getting up there. Just turned 34 this year. So your girl is getting up there. And I am auntie to 2 amazing little boys, Trey and Darius. They have my heart. Shout out to them, but you should not be watching this. But I'm just a woman, a multifaceted woman where I have different interests. I have different, skills and gifts and amazing pillars to me. And those that know me well and know me that I'm a forever student. I'm forever trying to learn or evolve or grow as a person. So yeah, that's really what I have going on here. This is who I am. I'm Ju. I got a couple of notes, y'all. So if you see me looking to the side, you already know what it is. We got to keep it on time. That's what we're doing here. We're striving for excellence. But basically a woman, an extraordinary woman, just trying to reclaim my time, my energy, and mental space while venturing life and doing it unapologetically, like we said in the beginning, doing it in full vivid color in front of you. Okay? Because listen, when you hear, you don't know everything. I don't know everything. There's no rule book to life. We have the Bible, of course, that show God, but we're going to make some mistakes. We're going to have some uh-ohs. We're going to have some oops. Did I do it once? Did I do it twice? Did I do it 3 times? Okay, 3 times. That's enough. But we're going to have those moments, and I'm here to walk you through it, share my moments with you, and take you by the hand and say, you're not the only one. A lot of people don't want to share that. Pride is one of the reasons. Everybody is aiming for the picture perfect, the just the ideal, filtered type of lifestyle, the social media filtered type of lifestyle. And the reality is that's not real. That is not real. And here on Lace Convos, we're gonna talk about it. I got all the balls in America to talk about it. Not literally. I do not have balls. I am a woman. But I have all of the confidence, all of the transparency, all of the integrity, and just genuine care and love, because I love y'all real bad. Real bad. Oh, I don't know if y'all see that, but I just saw it. But I love y'all real bad, and I love y'all so much that I share my life with you guys because I know that somebody else will excel on some of the mistakes I've made or some of the experiences I've had. And it ain't always bad. It can be some good, it can be some lukewarm, it can be days where it's just boring. Okay? Ain't nothing going on. But as you can see, the last time y'all saw me, I was just like mid-peaking in my lock journey. But you see, the girl don't have a problem with growing hair. You see that, right? And it's looking a little crazy right now. Well, no, it's giving texture right now. It's been a minute since I had a retwist, but it's coming. It's coming, no worries. But this has been a journey itself. I can guarantee you right now, this woman that you see before you right now was not the girl when she first started. Okay? It is taking some time, and even still, I have so much more in store for myself and so much more to go. But the lock journey has definitely helped with confidence, really like tapping into that inner sensual, just really recognizing my own beauty and enforcing patience. Because, baby, what they don't tell you is there are going to be moments where you don't know how to style your hair, or you're not really sure about if you're looking crazy or if you're looking cute. Thank God, I was just able to tough it out, go in the trenches and say, hey, slick them edges down. And then if someone is why I don't even do anything to the edges. So it's just a journey that I so appreciate. It's so crazy how this journey is happening while other things have transpired in my life. So thank the Lord for that. All right. So listen. I know y'all like, where you been? You said you was going on break because the last time we chit-chatted, okay, and we connected, it was May. I want to say it was like May 25th or something. I did an episode honoring my mother, which I wanted to end the episode or end the season with giving my gratitude and giving my heart to the one person that knows me better than God. Well, no, I'm sorry, that knows me, if not better than God. Yeah. Yes, I don't know if that sounded right. We might have to edit it out, but you get what I'm saying. She knows me very, very well. And she don't know me better than God, but she knows me. She birthed me, is what I'm trying to say. And that was an amazing episode. It was very emotional, just gathering like pictures and clips and the words that I wanted to use in honoring my mother in that way. It was heartfelt. So ending my season on that note was amazing. Right when we ended, I also was, of course, let me see if I can get it out while I'm on here. I was featured. Hear me out. I was featured in the Voyage Houston magazine. Look at that. Do you see that? Hello. For the podcast. This is just an extra copy and print off of it. I need to frame it. I need to put it up. But yes, I was featured, a full printout. It was an amazing experience to have that honor and to be spotlighted amongst who's who, and in the new city for me. If you don't know, I'm originally from Chicago. I've been in Texas altogether now for going on 6 years now. Yeah, going on 6 years. Wait. Yeah, going on 6 years. Well, no, yeah, 6 years. Y'all, let me get it together. 6 years come September, October of this year. I initially was in San Antonio, and now I am in Houston, and I've been in Houston for the last 3 years. 3 years and some months. So, just knowing that I am growing, I'm evolving, I'm creating these different genuine connections and creating community here. I am settling, and not settling like, oh, this is where I have to be, but I don't want to be, but settling in, meaning I'm not in transition anymore. you know. What I noticed is, because I've lived other places, I've noticed that my spirit or my mindset, my mental, it would be very uneasy because I was just like in transition. I was just here going with the wind. But in this move, I feel so settled. I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm at home. So I'm just saying, 2 more years make five, five then 10. You can call me a Texan at that point. But I'm not rooting for the Texans. No judgment. But yeah, that's what we ended, last year in 2023. May 2023, we ended it with a bang. And that was an amazing time for me. Season 1 was a lot of very heavy hitter type of topics for me. It was a lot of things that I was going through in therapy, actually. So that's why it was so like relevant and just like, like sticking out in my brain when it came to topics. Excuse me. And so a lot of times we release things, right? Like I said before, the whole point is to reclaim my time, my energy, and my mental space. I want this platform to be a bold and safe space, but I want it to be someplace where you can relate, you can release, and then you can evolve. And I was able to relate, I was able to release, and the evolve part hit me when the season was over. Go ahead and grab your drink now. Because, baby, listen, it's going to be a full ride. So we know life be lifing, and my life be on demon time. Do you hear me? But let me give you the tea. Okay, so if you got a drink, if you're drinking your coffee, if you're drinking your tea, if you drink a little mimosa, well, if you're drinking some hard liquor, trust me, I understand. Do what you need to do. Okay. So basically, I end the season on a high note. I know that I'm going to give myself a break. The whole point was for me to be on break for a couple of months during the summer and come back on the anniversary date of the actual podcast, which is August 25th. Child, it is now May 2024. So much transpired during that time. I think when I finally sat down, and I have the tendency of always keeping myself busy and doing that whole hustle and bustle. I feel like anytime I'm busy and I'm constantly doing stuff, constantly going somewhere, it lets me not focus on the bad or the, what's going wrong or whatever may be a dark space for me. It keeps me away from that area. And in this case, there was nothing else going on but work. And work kind of got a little stale or whatever. And so I'm just coming home and I'm just like, I'm bored. And of course, being bored allows your mind to venture. And now you're faced with just you, your mind, and those intrusive thoughts. Those thoughts where, the self-doubt, the self-sabotage, the things that I did still need to work on. I will never stop going to therapy. So same therapist, same homegirl. But like I mentioned, I was also dealing with a lot of the topics. So one of the topics was, my relationship with my dad and his side of the family. Talking about that on my podcast really forced me to face it. And I didn't expect me to react the way I did until after the season. It hit me like a ton of bricks that I had released some of my deepest, darkest secrets or things that I consider to be vulnerable. And it's not that I regretted it, but it was more so like, oh my God, I actually put words to it. And it shook the hell out of me, okay? That episode I know for sure. The other episode of like me releasing some insecurities, even the dating episodes, just listening to them back and knowing that, You know, I also include you guys and letting you know the different types of dating that I do when it comes to either meeting people in person, meeting people online. And we all know it's a stigma with that. And just knowing that I was very vulnerable. But that was the whole point. But my mind needed to catch up with my mouth. And I needed to give it time to do that because, baby, when it came to processing everything that I did, ooh, child, he's talking about waterworks. And you would think that I would be excited, I would be happy, and I was. I felt accomplished. I mean, how many people you know can do this a majority of the time by themselves, in addition to having guests, in addition to handling all these different topics, coming up with the content, recording it, holding a conversation by yourself is the hardest thing. Do you hear me? Nobody to react to your jokes, nobody to applaud you or, you know, ad lib, none of that. Okay. And so some of the topics were so heavy where, you know, I might throw a little joke here and there to keep it light, but when you go to bed at night, your mind plays back everything that you talked about, everything that you thought about, everything that you released, everything that you have expressed during this moment. And whew, it was heavy. It was heavy, and I had no idea that I would react that way or respond that way. Um, I'm very opinionated. I'm very boisterous, you know, when it comes to general topics, when it comes to other people's business. I'm just playing. But when it comes to mine, a lot of times, especially the dark points in my life or the things that I'm, you know, constantly working on, the self-improvement points, I keep that tucked. My therapist likes to call it selective transparency. She says, yes, you're transparent, but you're selective about it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You pick and choose what you want people to know. But I knew that God had once again, calling on my life when it comes to sharing my experience, my sharing my life, you know, and I knew that there was freedom in the breakthrough of that. So one, we gonna thank God for therapy. Yes, we are. Because ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of Jesus. I'm sorry, a whole lot of Jesus. A little bit of Wellbutrin, even though I'm not on any medication. But if you got to get that, do what you need to do. That's between you, God, and your therapist, your psychologist. But I am an advocate for, you know, getting that mental care, getting that self-care, getting that assistance. And so yeah, it was hard. It was hard. And it just puts you in this place of like, okay, I'm over the hump, but how do I process this and still keep going? I do know that I have tendencies of like, if something is hard for me, I just stay right there in it and I dwell in it. Instead of like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what we can change. This is not what we can change. This is what we're learning from it. This is your resources for assistance, and let's keep moving. You can't stay there. I'm getting better now, but in that moment, it was like, oh, I'm down. I'm out for the count. You know? Most people wouldn't be able to recognize it because I put on a very stern face of, I'm strong, I got this. Oh no, I'm always good. Ha 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 ha. But like I've said in previous episodes before, check on your strong friend. Check on your friend that's always good. Check on your friend that's always there, nurturing and pouring into other people, but never ask for it back. Check on that person. Because sometimes we have a problem with asking for the help. So yeah, that's basically what transpired. That's what kickstarted, right? So I'm already in like this gray area. We're not all the way blacked out, but just gray. Okay, gray area because I'm processing everything that I didn't just release, right? And then March sometime. So before I ended the season, late March, this is where you get your drink. Let me go ahead and sip right now too. This is what you need to drink. Yeah, I still got the big ass glass. Okay, so late March, my therapist had told me, like, maybe, with everything that you have going on with your podcast, with work, with your social life or whatever, friends, because I have a large friend group here and meeting new friends and going out every weekend. It was just so much going on. She said, maybe you should just focus on that stuff and not necessarily focus on dating. It's like whatever she tells me to do, I do opposite sometimes. Or I try to prove a point that, oh, no, I'm not that bad. Oh, no, this is, child, I should have took the advice that she gave me. So, late March, I met a friend. I met a person. And we're going to call, this season, we give everybody a nickname. Well, I gave everybody a nickname last season. This season, we're definitely doing that, okay? I met a friend. Sorry, let me edit that. I met a person, and we're going to call him Mr. Sticker Warrior. Sticker Warrior. I'm going to see if Brian can put that in the letters. Sticker Warrior, okay? Let's remember that. You're going to need that. You're going to need to refer to that by the end of episode 2. Okay? All right. So I met Mr. Sticker Warrior late March. And it was really random, but met him, whatever. And initially, the conversation was like, okay, whatever. So we ended up exchanging numbers. And, we would text occasionally or whatever. Whatever. Ciao. Okay. So that was late March. April, we're still like texting, whatever, here and there, phone call, FaceTime here and there. And I was like, okay, he's cool. Like, he very comfortable around talking to him. He's a very comfortable person. I'm sorry. I felt like he was very genuine in that moment. I felt very comfortable in that moment because he just was a regular guy. And that's one thing I do prefer. Like, I don't need all that extravagant, flamboyant. I don't need all that flashy. I just want a regular guy, right? And so, regular country-ass man. Okay? It's the country, what you got to watch out for. Let me stop. But regular country-ass man that lived in a city not too far, or a town not too far from Houston. So he was about 2 hours away or so. So, met him or whatever. We're going back and forth in conversation. Communication started to pick up a little bit, where it became very consistent. Very consistent, where I'm talking to this man every single day. Well, yeah, or maybe like every other day at this point. Every other day. He'll text this and the third. I mean, and the conversation just flowed, right? And so we're starting to get comfortable with each other. And I'm the type of person where I don't like gray areas. I need to know if you're feeling me or not. So if I feel like there's some type of gray, like it's not black and white, I'm going to kind of like back up. And it's just something that I automatically do. I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong, but it gives me a little hesitation because it's like I want a man to be intentional. I want you to tell me that you want me. I want you to tell me that you're interested in pursuing me, right? What woman or what person doesn't, right? So we're like April still, whatever. And we would flirt, but it was like friendly flirting, right? Like it wasn't anything that I could take and be like, oh, he on my bumper. Like it wasn't that. So, but I knew that there was some type of interest because like, why are you so consistent with communicating with me if you're not interested in me, right? But I need you to say that. This man is a man of very little words. He would always say that, he's shy, or not necessarily shy, but it takes him a minute to warm up, or he doesn't really, like talk a lot, right? And you know how all the is be saying, oh, I'm talking on the phone. Child, you could have shocked me. So It started off like that, and then all of a sudden he realized that I have genuine vibes, and now we're here where we're talking every other day, right? And you're calling me. So, boom. I just needed the reassurance that he was interested just like I was interested, right? Because I'm growing to like him more. Okay, we move on to May. May, I got kind of like, all right, listen. Either you like me as you want to date me, or either we just gonna be cool and be friends. Because what I didn't do is sign up to be Helen Keller and be writing your ass a letter, a pen pal. I didn't sign up to be a pen pal. Find somebody else, right? Because remind you, we have distance. So me texting you all the time, it's getting old. And I know me, right? I know me. Now keep in mind, we're gonna keep it in the forefront some of the red flags and some of the green flags. One of the red flags is him not being intentional, him being very spotty when it comes to what exactly he wants. It wasn't clear. And for me, I need a man that is clear, right? So, and that's why there was so much like, I don't know how to respond because you're not giving me the signals that I need to be able to respond to someone saying, hey, I'm interested in you. I want to date you. I want to take you out. I want to do X, Y, and Z. So we're in May, and I got tired. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was no longer doing this whole text thing. Like, find somebody else. So I hit him up and was like, hey, let's have a phone call. Let's talk or whatever. And we would talk on the phone as well, but I was over there too. So I hit him up and I was like, listen, I really think you're a cool guy. I really enjoy talking to you when I do. I enjoy the text and you know, the occasional phone calls, or if we do a FaceTime, whatever, that's fine. But what typically happens is, you know, after so long, that gets old. And I'm gonna have to put you in the friend zone, basically. Right? So I tell him this. I don't do it rudely. I don't call him out his name. I don't bash him. I just let him know that, you know, let me know how you want to move. You know, if you're interested in dating me, I need some action towards that. And I need you to show me that, you know? And so if you're going to show me that, it needs to be clear. If not, I can politely escort you over here to the friend zone community. They have an opening. So that right there charged them up, right? He like, oh, no. I do not want to be a friend. I want more than that. Like, no, I just, you know, like I told you, I don't communicate very well a lot. Like, I'm working on that. I'm not so, you know, just straight and narrow. Like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. He was like, but I want you to know that I'm still interested in you, right? And I'm paraphrasing because I can barely remember the full conversation. Ciao. Here's the thing. That should have been another red flag for me. The other red flag that anytime you have to approach a man and give them not even an ultimatum. Well, yes, it was an ultimatum. It's either you get with the program or I put you over there. Anytime I have to do that, I've already answered my own question. Right? Okay. Because a man, when he wants you, he wants you. And he has no problem in communicating, showing that. Even if you're a man of very little words, there are other ways around that. You see what I'm saying? So, boom. That was like somebody putting a battery in his back. Okay? Now, remind you, we're having a conversation like friends. So I expressed to him, he asked me like, oh, so what type of dating you be doing? Da, da, da. You know, we talking about stuff like this. And any man that has ever dated me, has ever gotten to know me as friends or anything more, they can tell you that the conversation has always been very genuine and very open. You can be, I want you to be honest with me. That means a lot. What person wants you to lie to them? But I want you to be comfortable with talking to me, right? So I make it clear that, hey, like nothing is off the table. Let's talk about it. Because the one thing I'm going to do is assume. So to prevent that, paint the picture for me. Come on, Picasso. Do what you got to do. So sure enough, that put a battery in his back, right? So a couple of weeks went by, and so now the conversations are picking up, right? And now he's being a little bit more intentional with his conversations to me and telling me like, oh, you know, it went from like, oh, hey, cutie, to what's up, gorgeous, how beautiful every morning, I miss you, that type of thing. You see what I'm saying? And when it's a kick drive. So I'm like, okay, I can appreciate this. Maybe he just needed that urge or that push or whatever. Okay. So, June comes around. And I was out with some friends. I was meeting up with some friends. Shout out to Quinta, because I was with you. I was with Quinta, and we were meeting other friends for happy hour at Texas Roadhouse. And I got out to Quinta's side of town on the north side kind of early, so we ended up going to Ross or something like that. All I know is we were in the car on our way. And okay, maybe the conversation that I had with him about the friend zone was like two weeks prior, maybe. I don't know. I don't quite remember the time frame, but I know it was before this incident. I don't know if this man said, well, let me show you I don't want to be a friend, right? Because we never talked about sex before now. Never talked about sex. I mean, like I said, it was friendly flirting. He stepped it up a little bit notch, and you know, it's like, oh, now I'm beautiful, gorgeous. I love your, you know, I love your locks, or I love your this, that, and the third. You know, like that type of thing, but never to the point of like, well, how do we give? Okay. So if you ain't 18, close your ears. You should be watching this anyway. Wait till you're 18. But basically, this man randomly sent me a picture. Now, was it a full-blown dick pic? No, it was not. But it was close. And I was so thrown off. I was so thrown off because I didn't know where he got that from. Like, we had never even crossed that boundary. So he sent that to me, and I was just like, that was cheesy. One, don't send that to my phone. Two, where is this coming from? And I was so confused. I remember telling my friend Quinta, like, girl, I'm about to block him. Like, he's blocked. That's it. I'm done. And I remember Quinta saying, well, friend, do you like him? And I'm like, I do, but that just totally threw me off. And I mean, could I say it was an innocent picture? No, because he clearly was showing me what his package is like, but with clothes on, okay? He sent that, and it was almost like, I don't know if he was trying to send a bat signal, like, hey, I want you, like, I'm interested in you, but it was given very lustful. Red flag. Red flag. So when he sent that, I was flabbergasted, I was shocked, and I couldn't believe it. Like, who, what, when, where, and why? So I remember texting him, Quinta telling me, like, you know, give it a couple of days and let him know, like, you didn't like that. That was disrespectful. And in my head, I kept remembering, like, I've never seen this side of him. Granted, we just met, but, like, what? This doesn't match up to the person I've gotten to know thus far. And so I messaged him. I don't know if it was the same day or maybe a couple of days later. But I finally texted him back, and I was like, hey, you know, that picture you sent me was a bit ridiculous. I'm not feeling that. And I had to like just be very upfront and open with him and letting him know that I'm not that girl. You're not gonna disrespect me. Sorry, buddy. That's not what type of time I'm on. And if that's what type of time you're on, I respect it. I understand. I respect it. I get it. And I can let you go about your business, but that's not what I'm on with you. You know what I mean? Especially like that. Like no. Keep that. So automatically remind you this guy, and I have to give him credit. He's not a cocky person. Very humble guy unless you provoke him. I guess I did. Very humble person for the most part. Chill, reserved, low key. Um, but to have him do that, like, it was just like, I don't like that. I don't like that. So me expressing that was like disappointment in him, right? And he immediately was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I just thought it was like funny / kind of like flirting. And, just thought I would send you something nice. And I'm like, I'm not that girl. So I was kind of like, let me rotate you, babe. Let me rotate you. I ain't gonna kick you out, but let me rotate you, right? I should have kicked him out. I should have kicked him out right there. So that happened in June. Conversation was kind of spotty, whatever, here and there. And then I guess he realized that when I said, like I don't mind, backing up from it or whatever, he recognized that one, I'm a woman that at that time I had this mindset of roster dating. Like if I'm a date, I'm gonna date them all. And I'm gonna be respectful, but everybody is gonna know that I don't belong to neither one of y'all. May the best man win. Okay? Okay. And I expressed that to him, but not in like no cocky way, not in no bitchy way. It was just me just like letting him know that I am vetting all of my options, homeboy. And that put a Duracell battery in his back. Do you hear me? The man went into kick drive. He didn't want to lose. He did not want to lose me, is what it was given. He didn't want to lose access to me. He wanted me to himself. He wanted to monopolize all of my time. And it wasn't in a possessive kind of way or controlling kind of way. It was more so like a mantra, okay? Where it's like, okay, I want to talk to you. I miss your voice. I miss hearing you. I'm going to call you in the morning, and then we're going to talk until lunchtime. Don't let me pull up my phone records now. And this is not a bash him. This is not that. This is me giving my experience. So that way another person out there will recognize when you see the red flags, they are not pink. They are not gradually turning into red. They're red. Okay? All right. So he went into kick drive. And I remember us having these long, in-depth conversations, and I love a good conversation. Okay. He would just be talking, he would be expressing, himself, and especially coming from a person that says he doesn't really talk like that, and it's hard for him to open up. To get that side of him felt like an honor, like, oh my God, this is what's up. And we talked about everything. Family, growing up, work. I'm motivating him because I'm seeing that he lacked some confidence when it came to making moves when it came to work or making professional moves. I'm helping. And this is no way, shape, form, or fashion of me, once again, bash him. So if you are listening to this, I'm not bashing you, bro. I could, but I'm not. But just very genuine conversation, genuine dialogue, warm connection, just complete honeymoon stage at this point. The man was texting me like he had this thing where he would send me reels all the time. And remind you, I'm still in the mental process, the mental journey of really learning and more about myself and reclaiming all of the love that I do deserve, right? And really getting in tune with my emotions and my affection that I show out to people, right? And so when it came to like intimacy and sensuality, like this is all brand new to me. All brand new. Because I've been moving out here like the ice queen. Okay? All right. So he comes along and now he got this battery in his back. And of course, what was at level 50 is now at level 175. How do we get here? How do we get to honeymoon stage? Child, I kept questioning, like, is this love? I mean, July, was just full throttle. But like I was saying before I got confused here, like I was saying, he had this thing of doing. He would send me reels. I mean, that's like his love language or something. Send me reels, and it would be like for trips or a restaurant or experience or whatever. And I'd be like, oh, that's cool, because that's my automatic response. I automatically remove myself. I automatically assume you're not including me. I automatically assume you're not talking about something that we should do in the future. I was just saying, like, oh, that's cool. I think you would like that. That sounds like something that you would enjoy. Oh, that would be an amazing trip for you, because I didn't want to face the disappointment that, one, you're not including me in that. Right? And so he, I guess, got tired of me doing it. And he responded in a way that really, I think that's what probably reeled me in for real, for real. He texted me, and I think I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna add it in the clip. He texted me a reel on Instagram. It was about a vacation. And I responded, like I said, oh, that would be really nice. That would be a good time for you. Make sure you bring me back a souvenir. And he was like, you really got to stop. You got to stop. Why do you do that? And I'm like, what is he talking about? And he was just like, why do you always remove yourself from the situation? Like, you do realize I send you this stuff because I want to do this with you. I want us to do it together. And at that moment, I was hoodwinked. Hoodwinked. It was over. And it just felt, I'm going to be honest with you, it felt validating. It felt reassuring. It felt warm. It felt like, oh, wow. Like, it just felt like, oh, not honored, but more so like, wow, that's so dope. Like, you really want to do that with me? And it felt amazing. And it felt genuine at the time, right? And so at that moment, I started to unravel or melt the ice away. Melt the ice away, right? And I started to like really get in tune with my softer side, because he would make comments like, okay, concrete, okay, now you got to soften up just a little bit. You got to bring that guard down. And I knew I was guarded. I mean, do you not remember season 1 of all the dates I've been on and everything in my past? Oh, child. I had every reason to be guarded. Every reason to be guarded. But I saw this man as a safe space, and it made it very easy for me to want to live in my soft era, And as much as it was a red flag, it was also a green flag. And when I say that, I mean, I learned that when I am safe, when I feel safe, whether for that moment, whether for that season, whether with that person, I am able to be soft. I am able to live in my femininity and not feel less than about it. I was able to see myself be more affectionate and be sensual and just see myself being in that pretty woman phase, if that makes sense. I don't know if I've ever even had that experience before. It made falling for him even easier. So I give credit for that. It allowed me to really play in that moment. And I'm excited to regain that moment with the right person. Okay, with the person that's worthy of that. And when I'm literally safe for real and not in playtime. But yeah, that's one of the definite moments. our thought processes was a little different. You know, you got to think about it. I'm coming from a big major city, big city girl, and he's like in some little country bumpkin town, literally. I'm not saying he was a country bumpkin. I'm just saying, you know, a smaller town mentality. And I mean, he's lived in other places, but it still was a difference. And so it felt like a easy balance, like almost like he kind of calmed me down a little bit. And I felt seen. I felt heard with him. I'm not gonna lie, like it felt like a friendship for real, for real. And then everything else blossomed. So I have to show gratitude towards that because it was something that I needed in that moment, right? And it felt like a safe space, especially not safe space, but a soft landing is what I wanted to say. It felt like a soft landing when it came to everything that I was going through with processing season one and everything that I've been, you know, talking about in therapy. And I finally found my landing where I can just be me and just be the Jew that wants to give out hugs and that wants, you know, kisses and that wants to go on dates and look cute and just living my femininity and living my full truth of who I am, truly deep down inside. And so, yeah. So I'm gonna pause the story right there because, baby, the story, it takes you for a spin, okay? Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. By like August, I was in love with that man. I was. I know I was in love with that man. Now he had already told me he loved me before I told him, right? Because my mind gonna always take over. I ain't saying nothing till you tell me. So, but I knew deep down inside that this has to be love. I kept asking my therapist, like, is this what it feel like? Is this what's going on? But after, you know, like just thinking about my emotions, thinking about my feelings, I realized that's what it was. I was in love with this person. Listen, I'm gonna end this episode and we're gonna pick back up on episode 2. But I'm gonna leave you with this note. Ever since I was a young girl, I was always taught to pray for discernment and clarity when it comes to God. Like, if you don't pray for nothing else, pray for discernment. Because a lot of times we get in situations where our heart will blind our mind. Or, yeah, our heart will blind our brain, right? And so it will be easier for me to just go with my feelings, my emotions, and my heart versus really taking a moment and thinking logically, is this the right move? Is this the right time? Is this the right person? Are these red flags? Are they like, you know, adamant? Not even adamant, because a red flag is a red flag, but is this a deal breaker? Or is this something that we can work on, right? And so that intuition, that gut feeling, hesitation, second thinking, second guessing, it's there for a reason. It is. God gave us that ability. He gave us that gift to hear, feel, and see Him and everything He's trying to communicate with us based on discernment. When you and whoever you pray to, whatever the case is, but over here we believe in God, in Jesus. When you are a person that walks in your faith and you're adamant about your faith and you have a personal relationship with God, there is no way to doubt. There is no way to avoid. There's no way to ignore what He's trying to tell you. And I truly do believe that in my moments with this man, God tried to show me several times that this is the counterfeit. This is a test. You're not listening. You're not paying attention. And it's unfortunate that I didn't. I had to learn that lesson that God does not, He doesn't bring chaos to your life. He brings clarity. Right? He brings clarity, and there's nothing unsure about God. And so everything that He puts into your life is nothing that He's going to give you that He's unsure about. And you shouldn't feel unsure because He hasn't presented anything that wasn't unsure, you know? So in this moment, even from the beginning, when I was unsure about whether or not He was feeling me that way, whether or not this was a pen pal situation, or we about to really like date, or whether or not, you know, is he being perverted by sending me this picture, or, you know, inappropriate, or is he really feeling me to like get to know me for real, for the person that I am inside. Yeah. And what I do know, God is a God of free will. And so He gives you open choice to make your decision on what you want to do. And He will not allow you to go to that next level, to that next moment, until you pass the test, pass this lesson. We're going to be looking like Mortal Kombat, just bouncing back and forth until you get it. And that's exactly what happened. So when you come to episode 2 for season 2, you will be able to hear, see, and feel. Because I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna throw it through the waves. I don't know. You're gonna be able to feel all of that of what I went through, and it was a lesson. It was a lesson in it all. But baby, when I say He whooped me up something good, oh Lord. But keep this in mind. Pray for constant discernment on all aspects of your life. Remember that. Every aspect, whether it's job, family, friend, foe, whoever, pray for it on all aspects of your life. Be ready and available to receive whatever it is that God is going to present to you. Once again, be ready and available to receive it. Okay? Because He's going to throw something at you and you're going to be like, no, you can't be talking about me. The Lord, you, not this one. Maybe the other one before this one. It's a delayed message. Maybe you ain't got 5G, Lord. Is that what it is? We getting delayed text message. He talking to you. He talking about right now. What you doing? And last but not least, once it is given, be obedient. Obey your discernment. Obey that gut feeling. And not all the time is that gut feeling saying no. It may be saying slow down. It may be saying not right now. It may be saying not this person. Not this opportunity. Next go round. Don't get on that bus. Stay off that plane. But listen. Because the minute you get the bucket back, baby, Lord, He'll put you in a ring. And baby, when I say I've been drug tried, and needless to say, y'all get where it's going. Come back for episode 2 so you can hear what the hell happened, okay? What the hell happened. But, of course, I love y'all real bad. Oh, it didn't do the hearts. Well, yes, it did. I don't know if it's the drinks or what, but I love y'all real bad. I appreciate you all for all of the support, all of the love, all of the thoughtfulness, all of the anticipations that get me back on here. Nothing but God, my producer, all of my favorite BFFs in the world. And I love y'all. I just really do. If you don't know, we have social media. I have social media. We have a community, and it is basically Lace Convos on all platforms. Lace Convos with Ju. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. And I don't think we have a Twitter yet. I don't think. I'll check, but I'll let you know. If we do, it'll be somewhere. It'll be somewhere below, above, or on the side, somewhere. But keep in mind, We used to come on Thursdays, weekly. It's called self-care. It's called saving space and reclaiming my time. It's called boundaries. That's another thing I was working on. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to do this thing efficiently because we're striving for excellence over here at Lace Convos. We're going to do once every 2 weeks. So it'll be a bi-weekly show. But in the meantime, you can follow me on social media and you know I'm going to give you the behind the scenes of what's really going on. And if you know me like I know me, like you should know me. And if you don't know me, go back to season 1 and you can find out some more about me. You know I come with a story. You know I come with some experiences and you know it's a good time. So check me out. Catch up. Refresh. Follow, like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that. Share it. Everybody can listen. Just make sure they're 18 and up. Okay? And other than that, that's it. So until next time, remember to stay cute. Or put it on mute, because we don't need to hear all that. We don't need to hear the hate. But always, keep it laced.